very strange animal behavior in Northern Europe.
Yes, sir. And Steve, why don't you give some background? This, by the way, is from our good friend who lives in Norway. He sends us some great, great stuff. But Steve, why is this unusual?
Well, being very familiar with moose, and a lot of people that have ever been in hunting families, I never hunted moose, but my dad did. And anybody who's been around moose know what I'm saying is true. They're very individual animals. They do not herd.
So
when you showed me this picture, my hair stood up right away because I knew what I was looking at.
Well, so did our friend, and I don't read Finnish, but we do get the gist of it here. He said in the email, just like you said, this doesn't happen. These are solitary animals.
Very solitary. They only mate, and then the mother and their young are very protective, very lone. But these are lone animals, and they're very, also, by the way, just so you know, moose, out of all the creatures in the wilderness that you can run into, be careful around moose. They are very violent. They are very aggressive. People think of them as Bullwinkle, like from the old cartoons and stuff like that. It's not that at all. They're very temperamental. They don't like to be bothered. And so seeing a group of them going tail to nose like that, I've never seen anything like this. And anybody who knows anything about wildlife will know that this is a very weird thing.
Well, there is a theory that we're talking here, by the way, that what has happened is that animal life, in fact, it is at one time more developed in humans, that we instinctively follow ley lines, magnetic lines.
Isn't this how, like, we theorize that birds migrate long distances and things like that?
Exactly. And what we think has happened is that there is a weakening in the magnetopause that is causing several things. It's causing disorientation into the migration paths. Also, there is another theory that there is something happening to the Earth from within that's changing the magnetic intensity, and thus we're getting these type of events.
Well, Wayne, if you let me just take the screen for just one
second. Help yourself here, buddy.
I'll just remind you of the white paper that we got from our physicist, and this is the photo.
Excellent. Yes, sir. Excellent.
And this is the geographitic location, northern hemisphere to southern hemisphere, and the dates, 8th, 9th, 10th, and so forth. Recent spectrograph, magnetic sensor, and basically the electromagnetic is just distortedly from the south right now.
Look at that.
Decidedly, yeah. So I just wanted to share that. I'm going to stop right now, and you can take it right back over. But just to remind everybody that we're just now learning and getting scientific data that we have a very strange magnetic anomaly, affecting the Earth right now.
Yeah, and this is the result. And I think that we're going to see this even more. I think we're going to see evidence of this. In fact, I read a story day before yesterday, Steve, about up in Wisconsin, how they found dead owls everywhere. Now, again,
oh my God, that's horrible.
Owls are they're beautiful, beautiful birds, but again, they're not flocking together. But in this section, and I believe it was up in Minnesota, that this area, and they found them on the road, just dead owls.
You mean like they just gave up the ghost, kind of?
Yeah, and it could be as well. One of the things that I found very unusual when I moved to the Denver area was that I saw seagulls.
I know, right?
Couldn't figure that out. Like,
yeah. Where's the ocean? Yeah.
All right, I didn't get that one, but nature is, again, we always think that man is at the top, but really we are so many times at the mercy of nature itself.
We sure are. Well,